going on, guys? Let me know if this scenario is familiar to you. You're sitting on the couch, scrolling other people's Instagram stories on a Friday or Saturday night, and you get this nagging anxiety feeling in the pit of your stomach. And you're like, man, I wish I was there, or dang, I can't believe I'm missing out on this, right? We all know the term FOMO, fear of missing out. That feeling like, oh man, I'm missing out on a connection or an activity or hangouts with my friends. I'm going to turn this concept on its head today and talk about ROMO, the relief of missing out. The reason FOMO happens is because we feel like we need to say yes to everything. And if we don't, we're going to miss out on some special opportunity. But I want to introduce the mental piece of ROMO, the relief of missing out. Because saying yes to everything will burn you out in the long term. It'll create a lot of shallow relationships. Instead, you can cultivate this piece where if you miss out on something, you're not having like fear of missing out. You're kind of having this feeling of, okay, well, I don't need to go to that because I have a great life at home right here. At a certain point in time, you kind of go from the fear of missing out into the relief of having time to yourself. And the mindset of switching from fear to relief is one that's not it's not easily cultivated, but it's one that's very possible. And the way you think about it is, hey, yes, all these people are going out partying on a Friday night and I'm not there. I'm actually sitting at home on my laptop and I'm editing a video, or I'm staying local with my friends and like just like playing cards or playing board games, or going to a restaurant or something, right? With the homies, instead of going out and partying and popping bottles at the club. Honestly, I don't really have a there's no fear of missing out in that situation for me, but it's because I've cultivated the relief of missing out, of having peace be the driver instead of fear be the driver. One of the biggest things when it comes to having FOMO is just depends on who you follow, like what your inputs are. So if you're following a bunch of people that are, buying tables at the club, or that are going out to concerts every weekend, and you're like, oh man, I need to be there, I need to be doing these things, you're already kind of starting yourself at a disadvantage because you're comparing your life to other people's lives. So the way you can combat this is by either unfollowing or muting, big club pages, or people that are constantly, that's like their entire life. I'm not saying, don't like burn bridges, but maybe you just, stay off social media on a Friday night, or make it a habit to not look at people's stories on a Friday night or Saturday night. The next thing you can do is really carve out your time wisely. So you can be slow to say yes, you could say, and then you could be quick to say no, right? You really got to protect your time and your energy. And then the last thing I feel like is once you cultivate your own ritual, like if you have something that you do on Friday nights where you're like, okay, well, I don't need to do this other thing that everybody else is doing, you won't have that fear of missing out. You'll actually be like, oh man, I actually can't do that because I got to go do this other thing. And it's not I got to, it's like because I want to. I have this activity or this ritual that I'm setting, that I'm doing. So those are all really big things I feel like you use. So all actionable takeaways. So at the end of the day, guys, it's the end of the fucking day. And I want you to really focus on reframing fear of missing out into relief of missing out. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but it'll be better for your mental health and for your inner peace. Yo, what up, guys? If you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment about a moment where you felt relief instead of fear when you couldn't go to something. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.